Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing a single-player playthrough on 1.1. So, if you went to last time, we had gotten a pretty good start on the high-speed connectors factory. Got the train stations down, got the platform down, got it connected up, got all the stuff being delivered. All we've got to do now is just finish up the factory with all the manufacturers and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty cool that we got that decent amount done. We're going to do some stuff with the inside. I got some ideas and stuff that I want to do. We're not going to go too crazy with it like the factory next to it. We'll try not to go too crazy with it, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, it should be good as well. I'm hoping to get the factory running today. So without further waste of your time, let's go ahead and get on into it. Let's go. Alrighty then, and here we are. So, yeah, we got some work ahead of us today because we need to get this factory up and running. That is my goal. That is my plan, is to get this factory up and running. However, we need to do a few things. We need to build a blueprint for this manufacturer here. This manufacturer, have I even set this? I haven't even set this. We're going to be using, as we discussed last time, we had discussed using the silicon high-speed connector. We've already got silicon being brought here. The main reason for the high-speed connector using this recipe is because it uses less quick wire. And it uses less quick wire because it's less quick wire per high-speed connector. As you can see there, you see it's 56. So 56 quick wire to one high-speed connector. Forget the production rate. But 56 quick wire to one high-speed connector, that's how much it costs normally. But if you use the silicon high-speed connector, it's actually 60 quick wire per two. So you take that 60, divide that by 2, that is 30. So it's actually 30 quick wire per one high-speed connector. So that's the main reason I'm using this. Now it does take no, it doesn't take any more circuit boards or anything like that. It looks like it does, but it doesn't. It's actually one circuit board per, so you don't actually do that. But that was part of the reason. The other part of the reason was because the amount of cable we're using already. We need cable for quartz crystal oscillators and some other stuff. So I'm kind of leaving the cable alone for now because we've already used a crap load of it for computers. So we want to kind of leave that alone for right now. However, we will be getting this factory up and running today. So using the silicon one. Now we've already got train stations being delivered. We're not going to overclock this, and we're not going to summer sloop it either. We're just going to leave it as is, and we're going to put down 8 manufacturers, which we've got more than enough space to do. Oh, whoops, still got my jetpack on. Let me go ahead and fix that. Land, please. Okay. Yeah, it's the ionized fuel, the packaged ionized fuel for the jetpack is amazing for traversal. However, when you're trying to land, especially if the game lags a little bit, if you lag a little bit when you press spacebar at the same time, it'll be as if you're holding the spacebar that entire time, and it'll shoot you way up into the air. It's kind of funny. Kind of a funny thing, but yeah, we need the hover pack so we can build. But yeah, this is what we done last time. We've got this. The quick wire is still being delivered. This is because the quick wire, even though it makes incredibly quickly, it's extremely far away. So, and plus we've got a factory already using quick wire as well. That is the circuit board factory. The circuit board factory is using the quick wire circuit board, or whatever the heck it's called. I have all the recipes up until phase 4. So, I guess we can't type in circuit board. We can type it in here though. Yeah, we're using the Deuterium circuit board because it makes way more per minute. I might eventually swap this back to using... it uses less plastic though. That's one of the good ones. It uses way less plastic because 10 to 7 rather than 4 to 1. Because in order to make 7 with this, that's a lot. that's a lot of plastic. We're already using quite a bit of plastic, so yeah, this was the better recipe. Yes, it makes more, but also, and yes, it uses quick wire, but it also Yeah, uses way less plastic. The electric circuit board is also another one of my favorites. Oh, we could use the silicon circuit board. The silicon circuit board could be a good recipe if we don't use all of our silica. That might be a thought sometime in the future. I don't know why I didn't actually look at that at all as an option. I was like, I wanted to save my copper sheets, but at the same time, I'm not really using my copper sheet factory a whole heck of a lot. Yeah, copper sheet factory we're going to be using with the next recipe, which is going to be AI limiters, because copper sheets are mandatory when it comes to AI limiters. I believe, anyway. We can go ahead and check that. No, copper sheets are not mandatory. No, quick wire is what's mandatory. Okay. And we're going to be using the regular AI limiter. It's going to use up more quick wire, but at the same time, we don't have a whole heck of a lot of plastic, so I think I'm just going to use the standard. And again, I'm not using my copper sheet factory hardly at all, so we might be looking at that. I mean, it depends. If it ends up being that the quick wire is too much, that I'm not because of belt speed, I'm not using the quick wire I need to be using, or that I'm using too much quick wire and I don't have enough, we might end up swapping the circuit board factory over to this one using silica instead, because I think we can definitely overclock that factory quite a bit more, because I do have a train station that can drop off quartz. If we can get some quartz mines going, then we could definitely produce a lot more. At the moment, it's not producing a whole heck of a lot. Anyway, first things first, though, I need to go over to this train station with all the lag. I need to go over to this train station. I want to copy this because I realized when I was making the B-roll footage, I forgot to name this train station. It's just station 163 at the moment. That tells you how many train stations I have on the map. That's a lot of train stations. Just do it that way. Okay. And EXP. There we go. High-speed con factory. Yeah, we're very high speed at our cons over here. Okay. So moving on into this blueprint, we're wasting a lot of time, but I'm just trying to figure things out, trying to get things done. Do I want to go one extra? Because we could definitely involve the lights here as well. Now, nothing's going to be in the floor. Everything's going to be above ground. What we're going to do is we're going to put a manifold back here. Now, with this particular factory, this one only uses 3 connections, so that means we're still going to use all 4 connections. I'm just going to use the connections for the quick wire. So the quick wire is going to do 2 splitters on 1 line. It doesn't need it. I realize that it doesn't need it whatsoever. I just want to use up all 4 connections. You know what they should have had? They should have had a machine that used 3 inputs rather than all 4. That would add to the very small number of production buildings. I don't know. That could have been cool, though. Oh, if you have not seen it, I am promoting this. If you have not seen it, there has been a new game that we just play tested yesterday. That if you have not seen it, definitely check it out. It's called Star Rupture. If you don't know what the game is about, the Star Rupture is a game about making it's kind of like Satisfactory in a way. It's making production and basically factory buildings and stuff on an alien planet. In that game, I think much like this game, I honestly do think that in Satisfactory you are a bit of a convict. Because why would they send you on such a dangerous mission if you were so important? You know what I mean? Like, you definitely didn't sign up for this. Okay, we're gonna need to go another floor high here, which is just fine. Okay, that'll cover the manifold. Perfect. But yes, I did play. It is a play test. on Steam there for Star Rupture. It is the single player version, just playing the one character. But yeah, it is actually a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed it, and it's definitely a game I will be adding to my wish list. I already have, but it is definitely a game I will be adding to the wish list for the future, for a future game that we could be playing, because it is a factory game. First and foremost, it's a factory game on an alien planet, and you do talk to an AI like Ada, though the characters are voiced, which is actually kind of nice. Kind of a nice, you know, it's a nice breath of fresh air there. You get a voiced character that actually talks to the AI as you're playing, which is kind of cool. Definitely about things that are happening and things that have that you've discovered and whatnot. So yeah, really looking forward to that game. It definitely was a lot of fun. The one thing though that I did not like about it is that the build system is a forced grid build system. You are forced onto a world grid. It makes sense with the way they have everything planned out, but at the same time, it's kind of annoying, you know, being forced onto that world grid, considering how, considering how the game looks. Like, if you think of games like Minecraft, for instance, you're forced onto a world grid. However, that game makes sense because everything is on the world grid. All the blocks, the whole world is made up of that, right? Is made up of that world grid. Well, in this game, it doesn't seem like it needs to be on a world grid. Now, having the world grid is great. I definitely, if I could talk to the developers and say, hey, the one thing that you need to do here, whoops, I did screw this up. The one thing that you need to do here for this particular thing is definitely get rid of the forced world grid. Don't get rid of it entirely. Keep the world grid, but copy off of Satisfactory's kind of formula when it comes to building. Is allow free placement wherever you damn well please. However, have the world grid as an option. Now, when you start a build, then you could have your grid on top of that, just like in Satisfactory. When you grab a foundation, you place it on the ground, and then you zoop it. You can now build on this grid. Obviously, you can place next to it, but yeah, just have something like that. I think would definitely improve the game quite a bit from from the build system. I'm not a very big fan of being forced onto a world grid like that. Especially, you look at what the stuff I've built, which is pretty nice. You know what? It's pretty nice to me. If people don't like it, well, oh well. If you don't like my builds, that's fine. You don't have to like them. It's not a requirement. It's not a requirement for anyone to like my builds or anything. So, but yes, definitely needed to recolor that. Definitely have the world grid as an option rather than a forced thing. Now, if you want to have the world grid forced upon the building once you placed it, that's a little bit different. I mean, I still don't like that, but that's a little bit different than having already on the world grid, because basically, because of the way their landscape is going to be, a lot of players are going to have to force to be placing things in certain ways and stuff like that to get around the landscape, because obviously it's going to be it's a handcrafted world, much like Satisfactory is. It is a handcrafted world, which makes sense. I mean, look at this is such a beautiful world. But yeah, definitely need to allow a little bit more player freedom when it comes to building stuff like that. Now, it seems the game does seem a little bit more streamlined when it comes to a lot of the stuff. Like, yeah, when you're making stuff to do construction, you just make a single material. It's it's called basic building material, and then you build things from that. I don't know if I'm a fan of that yet. I don't think I am, but it is one of those things. It is one of those things that's just like, I don't really know if I like this. I definitely have a few gripes with the game, but like I said, it is definitely worth looking into. We're going to be doing a few more videos on that. because the playtest does end Thursday, or tomorrow, I should say. It does end tomorrow, so we'll get a couple more videos out of it that I've got lined up as well. So, yeah, if you're looking into that type of thing, definitely worth a watch, though. Now, the beginning of that video is kind of screwed up because my PC ended up hating life trying to load that game. It's definitely heavily CPU based, and it is a playtest, so it's not 100% optimized, but that was like 99% my PC's fault. You know, loading into the intro. Because when I loaded up the game took a second to load up too, and I noticed my my CPU was maxed out trying to load just to get to the main menu. It was just like, yeah, okay, it's definitely gonna need. You're definitely gonna need a decent CPU to be able to play that. That's just one of them things. But yeah, I definitely do. Like I said, I definitely enjoyed playing the game, and I'm promoting it. You know. Promoting it on the channel. I definitely like the way the game is. The game is structured for the most part. I definitely like it. I definitely enjoyed my time, and I'm gonna get back into it later today. So yeah, can't wait for that, because I want to see what else this game has to offer. Because it's supposed to offer combat as well. So we shall see. We shall see. I really hope these work. I might have to test them. Yeah, we can test that by putting down a little box. Hooking that up there. Okay, what does this need? Silica, quick wire. I don't have any of the things it needs. So of course. The scraps. Oh no, I do have. No, I don't. I guess we can grab some silica, just something random. Okay. Let's see if it... Did I just grab... Oh, I did. Okay. Wait, does that not work in the blueprint? Oh, it doesn't work in the blueprint? That's interesting. Okay, I learned something new. I've actually never tried to move items within a blueprint before. That is pretty interesting. I really hope this works then. I have never thought about it. Now, I do know that you can put items in a blueprint and they do save. Like if I put this here and let's say I want this blueprint to always have silica. As long as the silica is in the dimensional depot, as you can see here, say it costs 200 silica. That's actually how people do that's actually how people do the whole power blueprints when it comes to putting blueprints for crashed ships. I've never made one myself because I was always too lazy for that, but you can actually make a blueprint that has biomass burners, a few biomass burners attached to a pole, and have them filled up with biomass, and then save that blueprint, and then go and place that blueprint in the world. When you find a wreck that needs power, you place it down, you connect up the one pole, you get immediate power because all the biomass burners turn on and they start burning the fuel. As long as you have the biomass in the dimensional depot, it will work. Which is actually pretty ingenious. I didn't come up with it, obviously. Somebody else did, but yeah, like I said, I was always too lazy to build that. I'm just like, I'll just throw that. So it's okay. It takes me a few extra seconds to get that hard drive. I'm not bothered. Okay, so with this blueprint, I do want to put a light. Yeah, I want to put a light like that. Put it over the machine. Like that. But that's not going to be enough. Hold on. Power. Let's go power Mark II. Let's connect that to that. And then connect that to that. And that'll be our power. That's how our machine gets power. And we use the lights as a delivery system for that power. I really wish I could take these ceiling lights and like place them on the angle. Now I know that you could do angle lights. The one thing I do wish is that we had more lighting options. This is not enough lighting options. This is a abysmal amount of lighting options. Very, very terrible. However, we can do a street light. I'm not really into that street light. I guess we'll just do. So we do some. Oh, that's a bit too big. Portrait. Yeah. We can definitely do some lights like this. Oh, autosave. Huh. I don't know if that's enough or not. Yeah, you know what? We need strip lighting. That's what we need. We need some strip lighting. All right, I'm gonna finish up this blueprint. I've got some more stuff I want to do to it, so let me work on this blueprint a little bit more, and then we shall figure out. I want to have some catwalks as well. I think that'd be really good. Yeah, let me work on this blueprint a little bit more, and then we shall start placing them down, getting them connected, and all that good stuffs. All right, and after a little bit of time of messing around and placing stuff, I think I finally got a blueprint I'm happy with, which actually incorporates the entire roof and all the walls and stuff. So here is our blueprint here. You can barely see the manufacturer stuck in here. But yeah, got the manufacturer in here, as well as you can see all of the items. We're going to be able to walk up behind here and see all the stuff that's going on in the backside here. We've got some lights. This is actually going to be covered up by more belts as well. That's why there's not lights in behind here, is because there will be belts, covering that up. So we've got that going on for us. We got the lighting, kind of strip lighting here. A little bit of green going on, I think. You know, nothing too crazy. Kind of wanted to, because I was like, it's kind of like an airplane hangar a little bit. So it's just like, let's get some cross beams in there. What I might do is I might cross beam or change black. I think doing this might be a way to do it. Yeah. I think we got too much green going on here. There we go. So yeah, so it's still there, it's just not as loud, I should say. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Okay, but yeah, we got that, and then if you go to the outside, of course, we've got the sides where we're going to have some green, and then we've got the side here. We're going to have even more green to kind of tie each one of those blueprints together. We're probably going to have some blueprints in between here. But then we've got the top here with the pipes. We got the green here, and then we got the 4 fans as well with a little sign in the middle and stuff like that. So I think this, incorporating all of this, we've got a bunch of lights. Incorporating all this, we've got the output as well. Then yeah, we've got the manifold in the back, which yeah, I think looks pretty good. We're going to the way this takes up all 5 foundations, right? And because it takes up all 5 foundations, we're actually going to have a hole in the middle that goes down at the train station where you can see the trains coming in and stuff like that. It'll just be a single foundation wide, so it won't be too crazy, but yeah, I think this looks pretty good. And I think I'm pretty happy with it. We've got the blueprint set, we've got power. I did move this because I wanted the power to be up above everybody, so we've got the power connected up here. There we go. Got the power connected up here with the dual thing, and then yeah, we can just snap these together. These will be able to connect to other lights going along and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. So we're gonna have, like I said, we're gonna have 2 blueprints. We're gonna have this blueprint, which is the manufacturers, which will have 8 of these, and then we're going to have the blueprint that connects in between them. I don't know how big that one's gonna be, but Yeah, I think it. I do think it could be. It could be pretty good. So now I just got to figure out exactly where these are going to go. This is going to be the hardest portion. It's figuring out because we got to put 4 foundations per side within this space. So we need to figure out exactly where these need to go, and we need to measure that out. Now, so we got 5, 10, 15, 20 foundations. 20 foundations that are going to be taken up by that blueprint alone. So let's figure out how many blueprints, how many foundations there are. And then we can kind of split this up evenly. Okay, so there's 32 minus 20. That's going to be 12. So 4, 8, 12. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say. Yeah. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that didn't work out. That didn't work out as well as it was looking there for a minute. I do actually plan on adding a foundation. Did I add a foundation on this end already? I might have. I don't remember. I did add a foundation on this side already. Oh. That could be why. Can I make this tighter? Can I make this turn tighter or not? If I can make this turn tighter, then it works out perfectly. Because I can't go 5. Obviously, that'd be way too many. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh, that's actually not correct. 1, 2, 3. That's only 3 foundations. Or 3 sets. Okay. So we need it needs to be the inverse, doesn't it? Yeah, it needs to be the inverse of what I just put down. So the foundation, the manufacturer's got to be all the way at the end. Or yeah, it's got to be on the edges. Okay, so then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Happens. I didn't make that mistake over here, did I? Yeah, okay. Perfect. Yep, that's 5. Yep, that's 5. Yep, that's 5. Okay, yep, that's 5. Perfect. All right. So then we just take those blueprints and place them down here. Now I'm going to have to... I need to save this blueprint. Actually, I haven't saved it yet. Wonder how expensive is this on the quartz? It's not the worst I've seen, but it is pretty high. So these blueprints are going to take a while to place unless we want to buy any more quartz crystal, which I kind of don't, but you know how it goes. Okay, so we're going to go high. Back. Yeah. Factory 1. And of course there's going to be an autosave. We hit save blueprint. Blueprint saved. Yeah, save the blueprint once again. Okay, perfect. And then what we're going to do is try not to crash our game. We're going to clear and then save it again. I don't know, I just don't trust it. I'm a little wary. Okay, clear that. Uh-oh. This is normally where the game would crash, but it's working through it. Yeah, that was a lot to clear, to be fair. But we're also doing the root portion of this, so it's not like, you know, oh, that's just going to be the blueprint for the manufacturers. That's also going to be the blueprint for the entire thing. So, yeah. Okay, put it right there. Okay, so the end ones we're going to have to modify. Wait. Oh, actually, yeah, that's not bad. I forgot about there's going to be a little bit of extra space there, but yeah, that's actually not bad. Okay. So we'll see how well this blueprint places, and then we'll work on the other blueprint as well. But yeah, like I said, we're just mainly trying to get this factory up and going today. Yeah, that looks pretty good, actually. Okay, so let me get the blueprinter back out. Blueprinter. Oops, special. Blueprint Mark II. I'm going to reload this blueprint into here. I just needed to move it out of the way because I needed to see how it's going to be placed. Okay, so load this blueprint. And the reason we're going to load this blueprint is because we're going to slightly modify it. Because it's already got most of what we need with this blueprint specifically. We're going to slightly modify this one to fit with the design, but it's just not going to have the manufacturer built within it. Yeah, so the things we're going to remove the manufacturer, of course. We're going to remove the upper floor, so we don't need that. And of course the power. The power is not necessary. Let's remove this piece here. Yeah, that's not necessary either. We're just going to directly connect it. And we'll put that back. This particular build, it's not going to have this in it either. We're going to remove the fans. We're going to remove that. We're going to remove this extra flooring piece. These two beam pieces. This piece. This piece. We're going to have to redo the pipes as well, I think. Oh, I need to decide which portion of this blueprint I want to keep. Because I need to remove an entire foundation's worth because it's only a 4, not a 5. If it was 5 all the way along, that'd be perfect, but unfortunately. Okay, so the one I need to remove is this one here. I need to remove this side, not this side. Because if I remove that side, if I remove this side specifically, and I butt them two together, then it fits perfectly. I think as well with this particular end piece, we're going to remove... I'm going to remove those two pieces right there. Yeah, because what we're going to do is we're also going to be removing these lights and stuff on the very end, and I'm just going to make a... I'm just going to have like a pillar to kind of tighten it off there. Or tie it off there. So yeah, this specific one, we're going to have to remove this wall, this, and all of these. Oh yeah, by the way, this actually goes up at a 2-meter slope, but I'm using pillars to do it. That actually was kind of difficult to get nailed down. Yeah, someday I'll show how to build that, but yeah, I had such a hard time with it that I'm not willing to go back in and do it again, you know? Remove this, remove this, remove this. This. Remove these pieces. There's a visible lag when I remove it, so it's kind of being a pain in my butt. We need to remove these. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just connect a pipe straight across. all 4 lanes. Because when the blueprint, we're also going to be putting belts in here so that when we connect these 2 blueprints together, we're going to use the auto connect feature, and it's going to drag the pipes and the belts across to each connected piece. We just need to get nailed down where we want those pieces. So the way this blueprint's going to be is it's going to be, actually I'm going to leave this right here, and we're just going to remove this like this. Yeah. But no, those don't need to be removed. We actually need to add in, add this in as well, because this wasn't, I don't know why I removed that, to be honest with you. But yeah, trying to get these blueprints to fit together and stuff like that can be very difficult, especially if you don't want stuff to copy, it'd be duplicated essentially, and whatnot. Yeah. So now when we go and auto connect that should connect that pipe to that pipe there, as well. Okay, we'll remove this. We got to remove this and this. We're gonna have to modify our belts as well. That's gonna take a minute. Remove all this. Remove this stuff. Yeah, we're gonna have to modify the way this looks, because it's gonna be just an open floor, I think. I mean, maybe we'll put like a, we'll put something in the middle of it. Maybe we'll make like a little generator or something. You know, just something to kind of... Actually, we could use that as a... I was going to say we could use it as a excuse to add in some extra belt work to kind of make like an inspection line. The only problem is I don't know how I would connect it, you know? It could be very difficult. We could make a little room with an inspection line. I just don't know how I would connect it, per se. It would be very interesting, but basically, with this extra space, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this down. I'll have to do it like this. Something like that. But I'm going to drag it down. We could drag it down below the blueprint. And then go, when we go to merge, basically. So at the bottom of that lift, we'll have the belt will go back underneath the machines and then drag across. That could look good. And then, yeah, we'll pop up in the middle here, and we'll make a, a little inspection room that as the stuff goes by. That could be really cool, actually. But yeah, I'm gonna have to make this blueprint viable for. Okay, so we're gonna have to remove this entirely. I'm gonna have to shift these slightly. We're gonna have to connect them together, of course. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Now let me do a little bit of work on that, and then we'll figure out how to belt these, or we'll get these all belted. Hopefully we'll get them running today. Alrighty then, I've got most of it belted and got everything in place. Unfortunately, I'm running out of time for recording, so I'm going to have to end it here very shortly. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook up the power temporarily to this elevator, and then I'll get around to getting everything else momentarily. So, alright. So what I've done is here, I've got the quick wire, and I've got the quartz, or the silica going up. So each machine is now accepting accepting this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to help out the system, because each of the quick wire, they stack up. They stack up to 500. Sorry, I lost my brain there for a minute. But yeah, they stack up to 500, so we're going to have to help out the machines here. And I'll show you that in just a little bit. But yeah, this is actually looking pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy with the way everything is going so far. Which is a bit of an ass. Yeah, I'm just going to help this quick wire get backed up. Because this is a manifold system, it's going to take a while for it to... for the machines to get pulled up and everything, so... yeah, you can see every now and again a quick wire goes by. Like, every now and again. Yeah, it takes a little bit. But you know what? That's okay. It'll get done. And then once the quick wire and the silica fill up, then I'm going to hook up the circuit board so that the circuit boards start going. Okay, so these are completely maxed out. It's not going to take long for that silica to fill up because it's only 200 a piece, or 200 a machine. So, but we also got an elevator. So inside this, these are the observation rooms, or the whatchamacallem rooms, the inspection rooms. So the high-speed connectors are going to go by. The main line is going to be in line with this, and that's where we're going to merge. So basically what it does, it goes up and over the walkway, and then it's going to go down, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some belts down here, and we're just going to merge it onto that main line, and then once it gets past this this last room, and then it's going to go down. Now, unfortunately, obviously, the ones from this machine won't be able to be inspected, but that's okay. We'll just pretend. We'll just pretend. It's fine. Pretend is fun. Okay. That has the... Oh, hold on. Autosave. Why is this still moving? Oh, it's because I took out some stacks. That's why. So it's gonna take a minute to fill up. Now, I was contemplating putting a storage container here, but I was just like, I was just sitting there thinking, well, I don't really think that is necessary. Just mainly because it's only 720 a minute. I mean, we might need to, but I think the train unloading is not going to be... It's not going to go so fast that it's going to completely... The factory's going to completely stop before the train gets fully unloaded and left the station, so... Now, when it's in the thousands, yeah, then you need storage containers to kind of buffer that out so you don't have stoppage, but I think we're good. I think we are plenty good, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and go down here now and hook up the circuit boards, get these connected. I know we're pretty much at the end of our episode, so that's another reason why I was just like, yeah, okay. All right, though, but we should see this. Come on. Yep. We are now making high-speed connectors. Woo! We're making high-speed connectors. So we'll finish getting this belted next time, and then we'll get the 2 walls on it. And then that should be it for next time as well. And then this factory will be done, and we move on to the next one. I'm actually quite proud of this. It actually looks really good from the outside. I removed the little crosses that I had. I wasn't happy with them. They just weren't fitting the build, so I removed them entirely. So now what we've got to do, so now what we got is this, which is actually pretty nice. I think what I'm going to do as well is, let me pull up the, let me put the resources here. I want to see something. Okay, so that tower does cover most of this. It covers this circle area. Now, it doesn't cover everything, but it does cover most of it. I think what I'm going to do is either this factory or the next one over this side will have it have a radio tower on top of it. But I was just curious about that. But yeah, look, it does look pretty good when it's all together. Of course, next time we'll finish out the blueprints for the outer shell and whatnot, so everything's looking pretty good there. I'm still not happy with the way this is working. I might put a... that wouldn't matter. Yeah, this particular one, it just doesn't have a long enough stretch, you know what I mean, before it gets up to the train station. But yeah, again, like I said, I'll only put these here so that they don't reserve the intersection from all the way back out here. It's okay. But at least we'll be able to fit one more train in here before then, so then have a decent amount. Okay, but yeah, we are making high-speed connectors finally in an actual factory, which looks pretty good. So yeah, like I said, next time we'll go ahead and finish this. But unfortunately, we are at the end of our episode, so we're going to go ahead and leave it here, and we will continue this next time. Sound good? Everybody happy with that? Okay. But yeah, like I said, pretty happy with it so far. We'll get this finished. But like I said, that is going to be it for this episode. So I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see on your screen right now. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.